The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody, to the
Downtown Indianapolis moving at warp speed in this time-lapse footage. We're in the basketball hotbed of Indiana. We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. An entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. Wesley Matthews checked in for Tyreke Evans. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. Bertans comes in for Rudy Gay. Derek White's checked in for Walker. And AI is subbed in for DeJounte Murray. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got AI. He's out there with White. DeRozan out there with Poeltl. And it's Bertans in at the 4 spot. Matthews against White. Shoots a fader. Misses off the right iron. San Antonio leading by 4. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. And in fact, people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in there.
All right, we'll put him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, you know, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or, you know, 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
Yes, that goes in.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
McDermott kicks to Matthews. 6 to shoot. Shoots over White. And Matthews gets it to go.
Well, Matthews not just a perimeter scorer now. He's not afraid to mix it up inside.
The pass to Poeltl. And good coming on the assist by AI. AI's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded by AI. Turner, the bounce pass. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, they are pounding away on the backboards. Every time that ball goes up, they are ready to go after it.
Sabonis and Turner inside. Then it's Matthews, and it's McDermott, and it's Holiday in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Spurs leading by 10. Domantas Sabonis, the son of the legendary Arvydas Sabonis. Bill, you saw Arvydas play. I was impressed with his game and called a lot of his games. When you think back to the time that the elder Sabonis was in the game, what do you remember?
Not much. I mean, we saw Sabonis at
the end
of his career, the equivalent of seeing like Dwayne Wade on the Miami last year or something. Sabonis in the 80s, by all accounts, was the most talented center, maybe other than Bill Walton, that we've seen for all-around centers. I still think
that's quite a statement.
Yeah, I think Kareem, just for physical skills and the stuff he brought to the table, is still number one. The skyhook is the greatest shot of all time. But Sabonis was like, could shoot from the outside. He was a Bill Walton type passer, incredible rebounder, huge. Probably had the biggest head I've ever seen in person.
Huge.
It was just this big granite block of a head. And unfortunately, we didn't have League Pass back then. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't really have any way to see these guys. So you just kind of heard about the legend of Sabonis. Now you think about fast forward to 2018, Luka Doncic.
Spurs shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
A free throw off from Rudy Gay.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on. Go Celtics.
You can't root on these, Bill.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
There is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved, not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
Here's Joseph. Rebound, San Antonio. Berton's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Here's Joseph. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, what I like about Corey Joseph is this guy will give you a little bit of everything. Perhaps most importantly, guys, you know he's going to play consistently good defense.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now, here's AI. He's covered by Joseph. A nice shot by AI.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
And so it's San Antonio riding a 15-point lead. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Aldridge. Davis Bertans comes in for Rudy Gay. White, he's checked in for Walker. And AI is subbed in for Murray. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Pirtle. White is out there with AI. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Bertans in at the 4. Well, a big strength of this Indiana team is how well they take care of their possessions.
They were right near the top of the league, Kevin, in terms of the fewest turnover committed. And this whole team, to me, seems to play with a level of calmness and good decision-making. And let's give Nate McMillan some credit for that.
AI right side. Bertans passes to AI. Sinks that one from the post. AI's got 8 points.
What I like here, AI challenging the defense inside, working for high percentage shots.
Holiday finds Bogdanovic. The jump hook. Rebounded by the Spurs.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 7.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. White against Joseph. Pass to Sabonis. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Pirtle. That one wide left. And so it's San Antonio with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And one quarter. Some changes here for the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Pirtle. Bryn Forbes comes in for Davis Bertans. And AI is subbed in for Bellinelli. And Matthews gets it to go.
The defense surrounding Matthews, he doesn't care. Just looks so comfortable inside.
Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the, the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
Sabonis and Turner inside. Collison is out there with Matthews, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Collison kicks to Sabonis. Back to Collison. All alone. Forbes with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And that one, good. 12 points for AI.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Collison, the pass to Sabonis. Shoots over Pondexter. Indiana again missing. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And that one's good. AI's got 6 in the quarter.
I think you've got to love the thought process there. AI could have taken a shot earlier in the clock, but he decides to put it on the deck and get something better.
Turner finds Collison. Rejected by AI. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
Both teams will make substitutions.
There are certain guys that you identify as the prototypical 3-and-D player, and Wesley Matthews is one of those guys. I love that he prides himself on his ability to guard elite wings and the kind of deep range he has, even in critical moments of games. This guy's a big-time guy.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And, when you look at the huge impact he had, Just a monster game for Gay.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Well, you catch the defender a little out of position. AI has the awareness to see it and the talent to take advantage of it.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. To the middle, Holiday. The rebound by the Spurs. On the wing, Bellinelli. AI outside. Can't get it to fall. Holiday with it. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about.